Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'm showing you how to make this cute Bless Our Nest house shaped sign. I found the original house at Dollar Tree and knew it just needed a little makeover to turn it into a cute decoration for the home. This is a fun and easy project to make with your Cricut, and I'm excited to show you how to make your own. Now let's go take a look at the supply list and get started. For this project you'll need a little wooden house, and I found mine at Dollar Tree. You'll need some black vinyl, transfer tape, a weeding tool and scraper, sandpaper, white paint and a brush, a mini grapevine wreath, hammer and a nail, a hot glue gun and glue, a small wood piece for the stand, and I just used a yardstick for mine. You'll also need some Spanish moss and of course your Cricut, a cutting mat, and the cut file. So grab your supplies and head over to your computer. The first thing we need to do is grab the SVG file we'll be using for this project. You can get it for free on my blog at burtonavenue.com. I keep all the SVG files for the projects I make and share in my free SVG library. These files will work with all kinds of cutting machines and they're free to everyone. Once you're on my site, just go to Free SVG Files and then Free SVG Library. You will need a password to get into the library, and there are instructions on the screen if you need to get one. For this project, we're going to be using the cut file called Bless Our Nest BA2160. To find it, just use your browser search and enter 2160. Once you found the link, go ahead and click on it, and the files will be downloaded onto your computer. Now I'm going to show you how to set up and cut this design in Cricut Design Space. If you're not sure how to unzip and import designs into Cricut Design Space, be sure to check out my step-by-step tutorial. So this is what the design will look like when you first import it onto your Canvas screen. So now we need to resize the design so that it will work with this project. To do that, I'm going to create a rectangle and a triangle that are the same size as my house, and then I can resize the design so that it will fit on that shape. So now this house shape is the same size as the actual house I'm going to be using for this project. The next thing I'm going to do is create a little circle that is the same size as my grapevine wreath. So I'm going to click on Shapes and then choose Circle. And the size of my wreath is about 2 inches by 2 inches, and that is the default size of this circle. So now I can just move this over onto the house shape, and it will go about there on the project. So now we can select the design and choose Arrange and choose Bring to Front, and then drag it over onto the house and resize it until it looks good. So mine measures about 3 3/4 of an inch, and I think that size looks great. So I'm going to delete the house and the circle, and then I'm going to select the entire design and right click and choose Attach. And that is the last thing we need to do on this canvas screen. So now we are ready to cut out our design. So you're going to click on the Make It button, and then you'll be taken to this screen. And this is just going to show us what the design will look like on the cutting mat. If everything looks good here, you can click on the green Continue button. Once Design Space finds your Cricut, you'll be taken to this screen. Make sure your dial is set to vinyl, and for this project we're just going to be using the regular fine point blade in Clamp B. Once everything's ready to go, you can go load your mat. So you're going to place a piece of black vinyl on your cutting mat and smooth it down. Load it into your Cricut and press the up and down arrow button. When your Cricut is ready to cut, you'll see the C button light up. Press that and the machine will begin cutting. When everything has been cut, you can press the up and down arrow button again to unload your mat. Remove the vinyl from the cutting mat and trim away any unused vinyl. Then weed away the excess vinyl from around the design. You can use a weeding tool to help remove the excess vinyl from inside the letters and the birds. Next, cut a piece of transfer tape and place it sticky side up on your work surface. Then place the vinyl on top of that and smooth it down. Rub over everything firmly with your scraper and then trim off the excess transfer tape and vinyl backing. Next, we're going to work on the wood pieces. Use your spatula tool to remove the roof from the house. If your house has a sticker, you'll also want to remove that. Lightly sand the front and the back of the house. You might need to tap in the nails from the roof so they are flush with the rest of the house. Next, paint on several coats of white paint onto the back of the house. This is the side without the quote. You'll also want to paint the small piece of wood that will be the base of the sign. Flip the sign over and paint the other side. This is the back of the sign, so you just need to do enough paint to cover the quote. Let the paint dry completely. Add some glue to the back of the roof piece and press it back onto your house shape. Grab your little grapevine wreath and position that about an inch under the roof. Hammer in the nail so the wreath can hang on it. Now grab the vinyl design and remove the vinyl backing. Center the design on the house underneath the wreath. Rub over the design with your scraper and then carefully pull off the transfer tape. Add some glue to the bottom of your house and center it on the wood base and press it down. Now grab a handful of Spanish moss and glue it all around the base of the sign. Trim off the excess moss and then check for bare spots on the base and add more moss if necessary. Add a little glue to the back of the wreath to keep it in place, and this project is finished. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more like it, be sure to subscribe to my channel and click on the notification bell so you'll get notified each time I post something new.